Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Brother
Shalom.
Shemariah,
Khan, Brother Nasi. Shalom. Shalom, family.
Khan Khan. We're here at the 17th Annual Summit in North Carolina, Raleigh. We got a quick class we wanted to do, speak on a few things, man. It's been a beautiful experience through the Spirit, right? We got the brothers from Soldiers of Yahweh have been um, brotherly, to say the least, man. They've been extremely um, loving and have opened up their homes to us,
Khan.
their refrigerators, that embraced us like family. We got WFI Atlanta is here, right? The brother Yaakov, another beautiful brother through the Spirit that's been building with us as well. We've been, a lot of all of these camps have come together and just been able to really, really exalt the name of Yahweh by Shem Shai. Um, Give me a quick precept. Give me just Psalms 133,
Khan.
because it's I'm saying these two specifically, but there's so many camps that come to mind. Brothers from Virginia, ISH,
BK.
BK,
Khan.
right? We got Yahweh's camp,
Uh,
Sons of Thunder, uh,
Light of the Chosen, I believe that's the name of the
Khan,
brothers, the Northern Kingdom brothers out of Boston, Massachusetts, man.
Khan, the mighty House of David, right? You know what I'm saying? And of course, Masharal Yasharala. It's been nothing but love since the moment we touched down in North Carolina. Um, and more than we could have ever experienced, or thought we would experience. Brothers have been uh, tapped in with us, making sure we're okay. Giving us recognition and acknowledgement for making a 17-hour journey.
Khan.
But like we say, or I believe, or I spoke on at the summit, we ain't did nothing special. Our forefathers and ancestors were journeymen. We would have to travel back to Jerusalem according to Deuteronomy 16 and 16 for the three highest holy days. So like Pentecost in Acts chapter 2. So all these things that we've seen our ancestors do, there's no, of course, why wouldn't we have to do the same thing, right? Abraham was a journeyman, Jacob was a journeyman, Paul was a journeyman, Yahweh Shai was a journeyman, right, to say the least. So we haven't done nothing special, and this is something that we absolutely could not miss, right, through the Spirit. So uh, go ahead and bring it out, King.
Khan. And get this real quick. Yeah, man. Also, too, we want to shout out to Yahweh's camp, man.
Khan, man.
Yahweh's camp.
Khan, Khan,
Uh,
Khan.
Elder Yakanan, man, doing a mighty job with the brothers.
Elders Aquan,
Khan.
Khan,
And they showed us
Yasharan.
showed us mad love what we got here, man. And that's what it's supposed to be about, man. It's unification. That's what we're getting this precept real quick. This is Psalms 133 and verse 1. And it reads, Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
Khan,
Right?
right. There's some more on that, right? But the thing about it is, this is beautiful in the eyes of the Most High. Being able to come from all these different sects and congregations and dwell together under the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Shout out to the elder, Mathathawa, Ash, Barak, Zaquan, Ben Yam Yam,
Rob,
Rakab,
Rob,
Rob, right? Karataza Allah,
uh,
Karataza Yah. All these brothers that have orchestrated something so beautiful, for brothers to come and feel like they are part of something, and as well as just being Karash, um, being a part of something that's much bigger than themselves, and be able to do it in the comfort of your true identity, your true nationality, your true heritage. It's something that we have experienced for the third time,
Con,
but each time it gets better and better. Each time we are able to come and do something like this, we don't take it lightly. It's something that I feel like the Most High has put on our spirit as you see, but I think it'll start to gravitate and become bigger and bigger as time carries on. As long as we're here in Babylon, We were heard.
Verse 2.
Bring it out.
It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard,
right?
That went down to the skirts of his garments.
Like the elder Ben Yam beard, right? Go ahead, kid.
Right. Verse 3. As the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion.
Right.
For there the Most High commanded the blessing, even life forevermore.
And this is life, man. This is real life. Seeing brothers and seeing children and sisters and vendors, right? Like this is a beautiful thing in the eyes of the Most High, as well as in the eyes of His children. From my perspective, right, we get to see economics, right? We get to see spiritual building, right? We get to see. It's always beautiful for me to see the first time brews that this is their first time. I know I was like that the first time I came, right? It's almost that you baffled in amazement that things like this are taking place and can happen, right? So it's just a wonderful thing to experience and be a part of. You go to somebody.
Right. This is 1 Timothy 5:17, right? 1 Timothy 5:17. It says, "Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine."
They do what?
Labor in the word and doctrine.
Go ahead.
Right, and we was just, it's just a beautiful thing, man, just to know that these elders, man, that who we look to, man, for counsel, for structure, who have helped us as a body, as a part of the body, man, 30 plus years of experience, man, all together collectively, maybe 200 plus years, man.
Definitely
of experience, knowledge, wisdom, and so we gotta always, man, first and foremost, we give all praise and glory to the Most High Yahweh, but also, man, for Him to put the Spirit on them brothers to stay in this thing, man. Right? Because it's not easy, man. And these brothers could have been doing anything with their lives, man, and they choose to be humble servants, man.
And like that's a good point as you just, because they remain humble over all these decades and years of generations and putting in work. We know that there's elders that have exalted themselves above the people, but we still have the luxury of being, hand to hand with these elders, right? One phone call away, sit down and counseling with us, lending advice, lending experience, right? And these are things that starting as a small congregation that you may lack, right? You know what I'm saying? But these elders from all these different areas, you got the elders from New York. My thought was in Ghana, right? And he's still just one phone call away. You know what I'm saying? But these brews elders have made themselves accessible, right, to smaller congregations and people just building and getting their understanding of how to run and how to operate as a church, right? They have made themselves available to the brethren, right? So praise the Most High through Yahushua for that, right?
Another precept. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, and verse 1. Right, Hebrews 13:1 is a classic. Right, it says, "Let brotherly love continue. Right, be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares." And we know that word angel means messengers, right? And that's what we saw. That's what you see when you come and you gather, man. You see a whole bunch of messengers, servants of the Most High God, man.
That's right.
And the brother mentioned about the vendors, man. That's like the kingdom come, man. When we gather together, that's what it's a taste of the kingdom, right? You get to see the kids running around, right? The women in modesty, right? Showing sisterly love, the brothers, kicking doctrine, man. Every night so far, man, has been just a beautiful experience, man, all the way around.
And you get to witness a piece of the kingdom. We don't like have a lot of time. We do unity camps, different sects and churches come together to bring out the word, but to come together to dwell, to build, to talk, to enjoy each other in a safe space, in a safe environment, we don't really get a lot of opportunities to do that. So to see so many people come together in love, you can feel the spirit of Hamashiach in the building, right? You know what I'm saying? We have people coming from Boston, Massachusetts, from Florida, right? Yeah, hey, it was a family that came from San Antonio, Texas, right? That's 6 hours further than we are in Dallas. So I don't know if they flew or they drove. I seen them hop out of the car, but if they drove, we drove 17, add 6 hours to that, and it was just his brother and his family, right? That's a beautiful thing to see that they came all the way from San Antonio, Texas, just to be a part of this summit, right? You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's a once in a lifetime experience. Even though they hold them semi-annually or annually, it's still something that's it's so rare, and you never know when Yahweh Shai is coming. Nobody knows the day or hour. So every opportunity that we have to actually partake in this, the saints, we're gonna try our best to be a part of it, right? I got let me get
hold a one for you.
kind of go ahead.
What you need though?
1 John 3:14.
Right. Beautiful, man. 1 John 3:14. I'm holding that for the brother. But this is 2 Corinthians 13 and verse 11.
Kind.
Right. 2 Corinthians 13 and 11. It says, finally, brethren, farewell. Be perfect. Be of good comfort.
Mm-hmm.
Be of one mind.
Be what?
Of one mind. Right. We all came together underneath one mind, the mind and the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Right. It says, live in peace, and the Most High of love and peace shall be with you. Here's the meat right here. Greet one another with an holy kiss, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It says the grace of the Most High, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and the love of the Most High and the communion of the Holy Ghost shall be with you. Right? And that's every time we in the world, man. When you pass your average Jake on the street, on the highways and byways, you might get a mug, you might get a head nod, but in this truth, man, you see your brother, man, we saluting each other, man, with a holy kiss.
And brothers hugging you like they, been knowing you your whole life. Man.
Shout out to the brother Atazawan, man. Push the damn button.
Good, man. Hey, and Orion, man.
Good.
Right? Yahweh Stop, man. Them my beloved brothers from Soldiers of Yahweh, man. They've been nothing but brotherly since the first time we met them. Zari, Khan. And the sisters, man. All the sisters, it's a beautiful thing, man. They really were in the kitchen and laboring for the brothers, and you can tell that they enjoy this, right? Because it's a family reunion. It is. It's not even like a family reunion. It is, right? It's a family reunion. You're coming together with kindred spirits, right? That you may have knew before time in the ancient world, but you're coming together in the spirit of Hamashiach. You can feel the brotherhood, right? Me, bring that that 1 John. Then give me Matthew 22 and 36.
And I got one for you.
Go ahead.
12. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, and verse 15.
14.
1 John, you have passed from death to life.
Why?
Because we love the brethren.
Because we love the brotherhood. Just sit back, kicking. We had an amazing night. The first night we got here, right? Electrifying, spiritual. You could feel the wisdom moving. Right, it was something like I've never experienced, right? And even last night, it was the same thing. It was just brotherly, brothers coming together, kicking doctrine, using iron to sharpen iron. The precepts coming out, the music is flowing, as well as the young. We celebrating, right? But it was just a beautiful thing. It was no folly, no madness, no corruption, just everybody in the spirit of Hamashiach, right? Take us some more on that.
Back in 1 John chapter 3. Picking back up at Shalom. Hey, come here real quick. You feeling the cold, man?
All right, kid.
We got the brothers, man. The elders, man.
Smart class.
Yeah. Shout out to WF5, man. Atlanta in the building, man.
Shalom.
Y'all headed out to Flint? Okay.
Check him out for a second.
Plantation.
No, probably check brothers out for a second over there. And then we can leave. My other son is sick, so.
Okay, good.
Leave home alone.
Shout out to I'm shopping.
Yeah, man.
I'm tapping with y'all, searching my number, kid.
I'm gonna call you in a little bit.
Okay, great, kid.
Shalom. Y'all come back over there later on, right?
Yeah. Sure. Praises, man. But yeah, man, that's that brotherly love right there, man. brother heading out, right? Got a family out in Atlanta, man. So back to the book of First John chapter 3, picking up at I'm starting 14 again. We know that we have passed from death unto life because we love the brethren. Because we love the brethren, he that loveth not his brother abideth in death.
Abideth in what?
In death.
In death, right? And we know that we have passed from death unto life, right? Just a small sample of that, which you just witnessed with the brother in your code, right? You know what I'm saying? And this ain't nothing that you have to force when you're in the spirit, man. It moves freely, right? The love is felt. It's so heartfelt that you a lot of brothers I met yesterday, I can't even tell you their names. You know what I'm saying? It's last. I'm not gonna remember. I'm not gonna forget them. Continuously remember them, and hopefully today at the barbecue I can put names with faces, right? You know what I'm saying? But it's just something that is needed in Israel, right? Being that we are the most despised nation or nation undesired, right? When you come together and you can see the value in each other, you can see Hamashiach in each other, man. It brings a different type of standard we should carry ourselves and deal with each other. Right? Go ahead.
15.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 15. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer.
Is a what?
Is a murderer.
Is a murderer, right? You a killer, right? Because you killing your brother. Not only we are doing it according to Deuteronomy 28 and 54, doing it physically, but we also doing it spiritually, right? Like you were just saying, in the world, you see a brother, you want to speak to him, and you speak to him, and he mean mug you or go off and say something disheartening. He kind of kills you in spirit, right? From wanting to be brotherly the next time you see a brother, right? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Ken.
Is a murderer, and ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him.
Right? That shit on that.
Con,
right? So we know that no murderer or no brother that hates their brother has or houses the spirit of Hamashiach in them, which is the eternal life that the Most High has gifted us through Hamashiach Yahushua. What you got, Ken?
Con, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, and I'm gonna start at verse 46. Right, Matthew 12 and 46 is the account of Yahushua. Right, it says, while he yet talked, the people behold his mother and his brethren stood without,
right,
desiring to speak with him. Then one said unto him,
what he said?
Behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him,
it's Yahushua, right?
Right.
What he say?
He answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother, and who are my brethren?
Right.
And he stretched forth his hands toward his disciples and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my mother and my sister and my sister and my mother. And that's what we were seeing, man. When Ox said, man, this is a family reunion, man, because that's what this is. We are the disciples, man. We are the prophets in the earth that's bringing out the word, that's coming back to the Most High God, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. So when we see, I know that this is my brother because he's trying to keep the commandments. He's not going to bore me. He's not going to have any malice, ill will towards me. Right?
No evil eyes.
Right. These curses, when we come together, the curse, that's how we break the curses, man.
That's right.
That's how we fulfill the prophecy. And Lord willing, when we can continue as these years goes on, right, to continue to gather, to continue to build each other up, man, and exhort, right, and not extort each other. Right? I yield on that. What you got, Ox?
Me to Matthew 22 and 36. I think this one.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 36, and it reads thus. Kind. I'm gonna bring that up. That's 23. So like, that's a good one.
Yes, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, that's what started.
I'm gonna bring that one out too. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 36. And it reads, Master, which is the great commandment in the law?
Right.
Yahushua said unto him, Thou shalt love the Most High thy power.
Shall do what?
Love the Most High thy power with all thy heart.
And when you love the Most High thy power, you adhere to His word, and His word has told us to gather ourselves together. Right. Psalms 133, Zephaniah 2 and 1. Genesis 49, and the slew of others, right? So when you are abiding in the word, right, just like what is that? I think it's John 15 and 10, right? When we abide in love, love of Yahweh Shai abides in us, which is the love of the Father, right? It's all complementary, right? You know what I'm saying? And all you have to do in a sense is be obedient. Being obedient to the word, being obedient to the Father, being obedient to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, the Spirit, the Kodash Ruach, right? These things will put you in the good graces of the Father. It's for the betterment of the kingdom, right? To experience true brotherhood. You think you had a brotherhood in the world on the left hand side with different, cliques and gangs and affiliations. This is something that's embedded in you by blood.
Let me bring this. You're saying a lot. This is John 15 to 10, and it reads. It says,
like you read 15 to 22 first.
This is John 15 and verse 22. And it says, if I had not come and spoken unto them,
if they have not what?
Come and spoken unto them.
If the spirit of Hamashiach, the word, had not come in and spoken to us, go ahead.
They had not had sin.
We would have known sin. We would still be in the world thinking we doing the right thing. We'll still be hood dudes, gang members, fraternities, whoremongers, like Kappas and Q dogs, and you know what I'm saying, or whatever whatever else you can think of. We'll still be professionals in the world and not in the word. Right? Go ahead.
It says they had not sinned.
They would. But now
they have no cloak for their sin.
But now we don't have a cloak for our sin. We can't add a covering, right? Like Isaiah 30:1, adding sin to sin. Now you don't have that room to hide, right? Go ahead. Jump back to 10.
This is 1 John 15 and verse 10. And it says, if ye keep my commandments.
If you do what?
If you keep my commandments.
If you listen to the Most High and keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead.
Ye shall abide in my love.
You shall what?
Abide in my love.
Read.
Even as I have kept my Father's commandments, I abide in his love.
You see that? The same way we keep the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shai, which is the word, right? Which is the law, right? Is the same way we'll receive that love from Yahweh, which is his Father. It's a trickle-down effect. We abide in the laws, abide in Hamashiach. Hamashiach abides in Yahweh. He our big brother. It's just like the elders showing us younger bros how to carry this thing out the right way. Yahweh Shai is the ultimate big brother. He's the ultimate elder to show you how to do these things the right way, to show us how to rehearse these righteous acts. Go ahead.
This is I'm gonna jump down to 4 real quick. It says this is 1 John, St. John 15 and verse 4.
Start at 1.
I was trying to.
Yeah, go ahead. All right,
St. John 15 and 1. It says, I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman.
Right.
Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away, and every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, that it may bring forth fruit. Right. So that husbandman is that farmer, that person that's tilling the ground, right? That making sure that plant or that seed is getting the nutrition, is getting the sunlight, or everything that it needs so that it can flourish and bring forth fruit.
That's right.
Right. Verse 3. Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. Through the word.
Through the word. Right. The word what? From Genesis to Revelation. Right. The word is what cleanses us. Right. It's what's gonna make us wash away that filth of that old man and put on that robe of righteousness. Right. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Abide in me, and I in you.
Right.
As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself.
Right. Because we can do nothing through our own flesh, through our own arms. Right. Everything we doing is through the spirit of Hamashiach. Right. Go ahead.
Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine. No more can ye except ye abide in me. That's spiritual too, because like when we thinking about Masharah Yasha'Allah, man, shout out to the elders once again. But they are us being as a count underneath that banner, right, affiliated with Masharah Yasha'Allah, they can be that vine, right, if you will, on a spiritual level. And we are many branches that branch off from Masharah Yasha'Allah.
Which is how it's established, right? The same way like the elder Barak was bringing out, the same way Moses established the government coming out of Egypt. Right? We can still have an abide in the government, right? You know what I'm saying? And give the due diligence and respect to the elders that has been in these things for decades. Some of these brothers have been in the truth longer than I've been alive. why wouldn't I adhere to wise counsel from these brothers? The experience that they have, the knowledge that they've attained over these years, right?
Con.
What you got?
And you said something earlier. You said all we got to do is what? Be obedient.
Con.
Right? This is 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 22. And Samuel said, "Hath the Most High as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices, as in obeying the voice of the Most High?"
As in what?
Obeying the voice of the Most High.
Right.
Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of lambs. And just like us coming down here, man, through the Spirit and making this trip, those 17 plus hours, we were just being obedient. We didn't. It's not about the sacrifice, and that's what he's talking about here. The Lord's not requiring us to sacrifice. That comes with the territory, right? That comes with being a servant. That comes with being someone who is seeking after the heart of the Most High God.
And we are. The earth is ours. You know what I'm saying? And we felt that when we journeyed and felt right at home when we got here, right? You know what I'm saying? Able to lodge with the brethren, and they made us feel like we was back in Dallas, so to speak. Because really, when we are together in unity, we are home, right? We are pilgrims in the earth. Until we get back to
Elder Zaquan, man. Hey, brother, you brothers is home, man. Need anything, man, just let me know.
You know what I'm saying? And until we get back to Jerusalem, none of us are really home. But as long as we are together and dwelling in the spirit of Hamashiach, we do have a safe place and a safe environment, right, to dwell and build amongst the brethren, right?
This you want that Matthew 22 and verse. We brought that. Most High thy power with all thy heart,
with what?
All thy heart,
go ahead,
and with all thy soul, with all thy mind.
Right.
This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor.
Thou shalt what?
Love thy neighbor.
We know the neighbor is the brethren of your nation. Go ahead.
As thyself.
As what?
As thyself.
As yourself, right? And if you're not gonna leave yourself without if you have the means to do it, you're not gonna leave yourself without covering, without a roof, without food, without love, right? And the brethren have showed us, from the least to the greatest, right? From the elders to just brothers that we fishermen of Zion. Shout out to the brother Endor, Joel, and that camp as well, because they have been super brotherly as well, right? We met Joel at our first summit, bro, and we've been locked in with him ever since. Just got the pleasure of meeting Endor on this trip. But again,
shout out to the brother Shabbat too, man.
Good.
Shout out to the brother Shabbat, man.
Right.
You know who you are, King.
Just all the brothers, man. It's been a beautiful experience that, unless you've experienced it, it's hard to put into words, right? You know what I'm saying? From all different sections of captivity, all different facets of life, brothers coming together in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Right?
Hey, bro, the kind of scribe on the scene, man. Shalom,
Shalom.
Say something to the people, man.
Just out here at the at the summit, in my second one. Every time it's a. I'm glad that I don't miss it.
Man.
Through everything that we go through, everyday life, like seeing other brothers is build your spirit back up.
All praises.
And build you back up.
Yeah, man, we came out here full strong and through the spirit. We wish most of the brothers could have made it, but.
Hey, shout out to the Saints, man. Shout out to Brother Ken, Malachi, right? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Aquats.
Brother Eli,
man. Shout out to Brother Eli, man. Shout out to Brother Eli, man. Shout out to the Aquat. Shout out to the baby Saints. Shalom, right?
The water too, also, man, for all the prayers, the travel prayers, right? For allowing us to allowing the Most High to continue to encamp the angels around us, man, as we travel out here, and also, Lord willing, as we make it back.
Absolutely.
We'll get back to this 22 and 36 in the book of Matthew.
Right.
I'm gonna pick back up at 40 in closing.
It
says, on these two commandments hang all the law.
Hang what?
All the law and the prophets. Right, and that's what this is about. Right, loving the Most High God, being obedient, so sacrifices won't feel like sacrifices. Right, And the Most High, what does it say in Romans? It says, let me get that real quick. All things work out what? For the good of them
Very good.
that love the Most High, right? So even if you are sacrificing, man, the Most High, He's not unrighteous to forget your work and your manner of labor of love, right? So He see these things that could be so-called quote unquote sacrifices. Brothers got to call in for work, using PTO time, bereavement, things of that nature, right? But the Most High God, He's faithful, man. We ain't gonna keep y'all too long, man, but we just wanted to just jump on here. Sunday we usually have a class. With us being out of town, man, we want to be able to still get out here and just show some love to the saints and kind of give you
lives, man. And they've done this as the gates and the pillars of the community, and they still are holding down those positions in righteousness, right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 33 and verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Consider that I labor
and do. Hey, man, we gonna post it. And God liking this something. Go ahead.
And what?
Spirit of Hamashiach. Right, go ahead, King.
And suddenly there came a sound from heaven, and as a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house.
And it what?
Filled all the house.
Go ahead.
Where they were sitting. And verse 3. And there appeared unto them cloven tongues like as fire, and it sat upon each one of them. And they were all filled with the Holy Spirit.
They were what?
They were all filled with the Holy Spirit.
They were all filled with the Spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You could feel it in the building, right? Go ahead. There's some more on that.
And began to speak with other tongues,
right,
as the Spirit gave them utterance.
And we spoke beautiful prayers, all in Hebrew together, right? And it's crazy that it said that though we are all subject to English, every different area has their own slang or terminology. So we were talking last night to some of the brews. I was telling Ike that his T. Jones was tapping in, and I was like, "What's T. Jones? What y'all
Yeah.
And we got a brother from Chicago in the camp, and he calls us my Dukes. In the South, we say T. Jones. It's just something that not specifically like different language, but spiritually we have different terminology that we use that other brothers might be privy to. And we, sometimes you got to break that down and explain that. But when we hear together, it's the Hebrew tongue, right? We all speak the same language anyway when we come around each other and build. But there's some more on that.
Verse 5. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews.
Who?
Jews.
What kind of Jews?
Devout men.
Who?
Devout men.
No, lukewarm men.
Devout men.
No, backsliders.
Devout men.
Backstabbers.
Devout men.
Hey, man, the brothers that came, right? You know what I'm saying? That's devout, right? That's being dedicated to the building of the body and the nation, right? Go ahead.
Devout men.
Even some are the waters, right? Babylon, the land of our captivity, for the brethren, for the nation, for the body, right? Go ahead.
Nation under heaven. Verse 6.
Chapter 21.
Verse 21, Acts 1 and 21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Most High shall be saved.
And we, as in unison, was calling on the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua. It was continually, right? Go ahead.
Verse 22, ye men of Israel.
Who?
Ye men of Israel.
Right.
Hear these words.
As it says in Proverbs 84, my voice is unto the sons of men. And we are seeing righteous men being raised up and lifted from the dung right before our eyes, right? It's a beautiful thing to see and witness. Righteous brothers has been born into the truth. The brother, the leader of ISHBK, right? Powerful brother, right? You know what I'm saying? Kazaria, right? Powerful brother. I ain't even got a chance to speak with him yet, but powerful brother. You can see the zeal on him, right? You know what I'm saying? And governing a lot of men, a lot of bodies, right? As well as his soldiers, man. Powerful leaders, right? Brothers that we have established a rapport with as well, right? But just to see these men, from all different sects and fashions come together and build. Shout out to Big Judah, right? You know what I'm saying?
SOT.
Big Judah from SOT, man. another a brotherly brother as well, right? What you got, K?
Just want to shout this out too while we's on the topic talking about unity. I saw you, brother. Yeah, you had pulled this precept earlier just to expound on it. Joel 1:14.
Okay.
Right. Joel 1:14. Sanctify ye a fast. Call a solemn assembly.
The what?
A solemn assembly.
Go ahead.
Gather the elders and all the inhabitants of the land into the house of the Most High, your power, and cry unto the Lord. Right. So we bringing this precept out because in the nation of Israel, right, on the 13th, there's going to be a nationwide fast, right, through the Spirit. So we commending and urging each and every brother, sister, right, little one through the Spirit to be able to partake in this fast on the 13th, right, so that we can show the Most High that we can all still come together in unity, despite which school of thought that you might be in. But we all believe in Revelations 14:12. Let me bring that out real quick. Right, because this is what it's about, right? It don't matter what side of the globe you on, right, or the hemisphere, if you will, right? Revelations 14:12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Right, so they go hand in hand, right? You got to keep the commandments and the faith in Christ. If we all believe in that, man, it's not the Amos and 3-in-1 spirit, right? We all work in one accord, right? What you got?
The Psalm 148:14.
Psalms 148:14. 114.
Psalm 148:14.
All right, that's what it's about. Psalm 148:14, and it reads, He also exhorted the horn of his people and the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Most High.
Right? The people near unto the Most High, right? And we believe in that horn that he's lifted up, which we would believe to be Yahweh Shai.
That strength,
right? That strength, right? That spirit that he's given us to endure through these times. And we know we are stronger together than we ever are apart. So we come to these different summits, as the brother Nakai the Scribe was bringing out, it strengthens you, right? Because the pressures and the rudiments of this world, the enemy and the devil has made it that they weigh on you and try and break your spirit, right? But the Most High has given us a spirit of overcoming, of conquering, of victory. And we get restored with that spirit once we come around the brethren and we're able to pull from each other, right? You know what I'm saying? In areas you may be falling weak in, you have brothers that'll lift you up and bear arms with you and bear you one another's burdens, as it says in Galatians 6 and 1 on down. What you got?
No, and I was looking for a precept, but overall, man, we gonna suffer affliction, man, in these last days, trials and tribulations, but don't allow the Most High to continue to light that candle, man, to continue to light your way, so that you, even if you feel dark, man, you know that, man, I need this, man, my spirit needs this. I gotta get built up, man, and that's what the brotherhood is for. Because some days Sam might not be feeling in the spirit, right? And that's when your brother comes in. Hey, so you gotta land me back. You gotta be able to give that brother a spiritual boost, man. So when you come together, and I can only imagine, I look forward to the ride back, right? Because we're gonna be talking about the whole way back. We've been talking about it since we've been here, but and then we get back to our homes. We're gonna pour this into our families, man. A lot of stuff that we saw here. Things that were in decency and order, we come together and we seek we're learning, and so when we learn, we gotta apply these. That's the part of getting the knowledge, right? Knowledge is just knowing what to do. Wisdom is applying that knowledge.
That's right.
And that's when we come here, we do these things, and we gather to soak up this knowledge, so that we can go home and then we can apply it, so that it can become wisdom. But
I got just a quick little precept, a classic. It says Psalms 119:9, right? It says, "Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word."
Come.
right? And we know what the word of the Most High calls us to do, to be brotherly, to be, loving, right? To rehearse the righteous acts and put on the spirit of Christ, right? And when we put on that spirit, a journey like this is minuscule, right? You know what I'm saying? The sacrifices that you can make in the world is minuscule. The things that you have turned from is minute compared to what you're turning to, right? With that, I kind of yield, right? Give our honor and glory and praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the elders of the house of David, mighty shalom to the soldiers of Yahweh, mighty shalom to Yahweh's camp, mighty shalom to the fishermen of Zion, mighty shalom to the WFI, mighty shalom to ISHBK, ISHBK,
Israelite School and History of Biblical Knowledge.
Israelite School of History and Biblical Knowledge. Right, those brothers, man, I always come through mighty in the spirit. Right, shout out to the house of David, Masharai Yasharala, the Sons of Thunder.
We got to throw our brothers, man, because when we travel,
that's
right. When they travel, we with them.
Swords of the Spirit,
right?
Man. Swords of the Spirit. We tapped in with the Big Og Nehemiah. Shout out to 2 times, Yosef,
Nathan
Yona, Nathan Yah, Hisamak. We love y'all brothers, man. And until our next appointed time, through the spirit of Hamashiach, we say shalom, shalom, shalom,
shalom.
Kwame Shalom.
Kwame Shalom.